Alrighty, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another video. So I made one of these videos a while back on my RM125. So just pretty much added everything up that I bought for the bike and stuff, and yeah, I'll run you guys through a full build breakdown on pretty much on the bike. So parts and costs of the freshly built RM125 that you guys probably would have been following on the channel. If you haven't, I'll leave the build playlist linked in the description below, so go and check it out. Pretty much made up a spreadsheet online, printed it off, and you've got all the prices and stuff here. So I'll run you guys through a full parts and cost breakdown of what we did to the 125. So for those of you that haven't seen it, here it is. So it's a 2008 Suzuki RM125. Yeah, it came up mint. I'll chuck a photo in now of what it looked like beforehand. So yeah, compared to what it is now, it's an immaculate bike. It's got a few goodies and stuff on it. Put a little tally probably down here in the bottom of the screen. So yeah, and we'll just add it up as we're going and get to the final price at the end of the video, so stay tuned. We'll start off with the cost of the bike. So we bought it for $500 off Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, and it was in super rough condition, as you would have just seen from those photos. But yeah, it was super rough and needed a lot of work. So yeah, $500 was a pretty fair price. And straight away, as soon as we got home, we started ordering up some parts from America that we knew we were going to need and that we wanted to chuck on. So first thing being the new Pro Circuit Platinum pipe. So when we originally bought the bike, it had a Pro Circuit R304 shorty on it. So it's this one here. So we figured we'd pair the shorty up with yeah, new Pro Circuit Platinum pipe, and then the new owner doesn't have to worry about just cleaning up all the works ones and stuff, having to worry about it going rusty. So I reckon it really sets the bike off with that. The new Pro Circuit Platinum pipe was $375. Also got a set of these black side panels. So it originally had this black rear fender, and then it had the stock white side panels that someone had spray painted black. So yeah, we finished. We wanted to finish the black look off with some black plastic side panels rather than spray paint. These new black side panels were $76. We bought the bike with a blowing gearbox, so we knew we were going to be going into the gearbox and stuff, so we figured we'd order up some transmission bearings and we'll just throw them in when we're replacing the gearbox. So they were $131, and then since we got those three things all from the States, yeah, there was about $55 in shipping, but it wouldn't let me like add it all together, so I just made it separate up. So yeah, $55 for shipping for those three parts. May as well get the coatings and stuff out of the way. So first thing, had the frame sandblasted, which cost $70. Yeah, so we just dropped it off at the shop and they sandblasted the whole thing. Yeah, and then we got it powder coated this satin black, which looks super sweet. Did a real good job of it. So yeah, the powder coating cost $117 for the frame. Then I've got to know a vapor blaster here in Tauranga, so yeah, he's been doing some vapor blasting and stuff for us. So we've got a few parts vapor blasted on the 125. So the anodizing from factory on these later model Suzukis was really shitty and they corrode real easy. So we just had the upper tubes vapor blasted. I reckon it looks super sweet. And yeah, it ties in just a nice finish with the Scotch Brighted triple clamps and stuff, and the grey on the new graphics and stuff. And then we also went through and had the all the engine stuff vapor blasted because it was all stained and stuff. So yeah, and that just made everything pop. All the vapor blasting cost $207. And then for the rest of the aluminium parts and stuff, like the hubs, swing arm, subframe, triple clamps, yes, kickstart, all that, we just used Scotch Brite and made some Scotch Brite wheels up. So the Scotch Brite cost $25. So for the engine on this thing, we bought it with a blown gearbox, and then it supposedly had a new top end. So when we were pulling it all apart, he had put a new top end in it to try and get it running, and it actually had blown the big end bearing in the crank. So yeah, it needed pretty much a full rebuild. Gearbox, cylinder was all scored up. So yeah, for the engine, we've done quite a bit of work on it, getting it back to running condition. So yeah, aesthetically, we vapor blasted all the aluminium cases and stuff. We painted the side covers, and then we had the cylinder sent off to NZ Cylinders to get re-nickel to the new Pro X piston that he had put in, because it had done no hours. There was no need for us to buy another piston, so yeah, we sent that away to get re-nickel. That cost $526 to get all the cylinder welded up and replated and all that. Then going into the bottom end of the motor, we had to buy a new transmission and shift forks, which was $435. So yeah, we bought a good second hand one off a local recce here. So we got that one thrown in, and then we had Moto X Parts, another shop you've probably heard me talking about. They've been giving me deals and stuff on the parts I buy. But yeah, that's where we got the rest of the engine parts and a few other like bearings and little odds and ends. But yeah, we ended up spending $568 there. Parts we got from there was the conrod rebuild kit, the conrod rebuild itself, or the crank rebuild, gasket and seal kit for the motor, then just little things like new clutch perch, new kill switch, what else, new front brake lever, and then head stem bearings, what else, probably a few other things in the motor. Oh, a new clutch pack, and then we bought a full bolt kit for it, and then yeah, just your bearings and stuff, linkage bearings, swing arm bearings, all that stuff. It adds up pretty quick when you're building these bikes. So yeah, we spent like $568 there. Then yeah, we pretty much just started putting all the engine back together with the new gearbox, bearings. We got new main bearings through Moto X, and then yeah, chucked the new top end on, and it started up pretty easily once we got it back in the bike and up and running and all that. Also over here on the clutch cover side, the impeller, well, I was missing the impeller when we bought it, so we had to buy a new one of them, and that cost 25 bucks. So aesthetically looking at the bike, plastics wise and stuff, it pretty much had all these plastics on it. So I had the new front restyle plastics already on it when we bought it, or it came with it I should say. Had these radiator shrouds without the graphics, had that tank, had the rear fender, didn't have these side panels, but we bought them, as you know. Now the airbox was all smashed up, so we had to purchase a new one of them. But finding one that, finding an 08 RM125 airbox is like rocking horse shit. So yeah, we actually ended up bolting one up from an 04, so I just ran the 04 airbox and air boot. So yeah, we ended up picking one of them up, and it fits just like factory. As you guys may know, 01 through 08 RMs are all the same, so it fits. It's just a bit of a different style. So the airbox was $100 and the air boot was $30, so that got that all sorted and looking way better now. Yeah, we bought these factory FX graphics, so they're just the stock style graphics, but they're off like an 05 or something, because we went for the black and red theme rather than the 08, which was black and blue, I think it was. As you can see, we've got red yeah, all over the bike and stuff, so yeah, I reckon it looks better with those. But anyway, those graphics, but the graphics cost $65 for the two radiator shrouds, and that really ties off the look of the bike. Alrighty, so only a few things to go now. We brought a hour meter for it, so you can track all your hours and stuff you're putting on the bike and keep up on your servicing and all that. So that was $18. From my work, got a whole lot of new stuff for the wheels, so we ended up putting new black rims on this bike. So yeah, the stock rims are all bent and stuff, so we cut the old spokes loose, and then yeah, I ordered up some new XL black rims for it. So I went for the factory 19 rear, 21 front, And yeah, I reckon black rims really ties the bike in. And then we bought new spokes kits front and rear, and then put new tubes, rim locks, rim tapes. Yeah, and we just left the tyres that came on it. So as you can see, they're still pretty decent. Rear tyres got quite a lot of grip left, so yeah. And then while they were apart, we just scotch brighted the hubs, and then yeah, we threw this red Talon sprocket on. Then we've got a Talon sprocket up the front, and then just a chain and stuff that came on it. But yeah, all those sprockets were on the bike when we bought it. But yeah, I reckon the black rims really sets the bike off. So for just the rims themselves, they were 220, so 110 for each. And then spokes were $112 for both sets. Then rim locks were 10, tubes were 20, and then the rim tapes were like $10 or something, but I didn't chuck that in the list. And then also we put new wheel bearings in front and rear, and they were $65. But yeah, like I said before, I reckon black rims really sets the look of the bike off. And then just a few little odds and ends. We bought a couple cans of spray paint, so that was like $20. We bought some paint stripper, that was $20 as well. And then we ended up having to buy a new master cylinder for up here, because the other one was off like a DR200 or something, and the factory lever didn't fit. If you guys watched the channel, you would have seen yeah, it had like a mirror mount and stuff, so obviously that's not the factory one. So we had to buy that from that same wrecker. That was $100, and then we chucked our new front brake lever on. Then we've just got a few little odds and ends bits that we did in the last video, like new foot peg pins. So they were just the OEM pins. So yeah, they were $20, $10 each side. Then we got some. Then we got new upper brake guide and the brake clamp, because they weren't on it when we bought the bike, and they were $20. But other than that, pretty much is everything that we put into the bike. So yeah, the overall total cost of the bike was $3,972, including purchasing the bike. So yeah, $4,000 pretty much, super reasonable. And there's also probably a few little things I've missed. So if we just say $4,000 for a fully built 08 RM125, super reliable, looks great, and yeah, we're super stoked with it. Also on the bike when we bought it, had this factory FX gripper seat cover, which is brand new. Had this gold RHK shifter, had a set of these oversized radiators, and then yeah, like I just mentioned before, like it had the restyle front, the black rear fender, and all the Talon sprockets and stuff, which are quite expensive. These Renthal bars, they're Renthal bars, so it's just a Pro Taper bar pad. But yeah, I'd say we're pretty happy with the way it turned out. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. If you think $4,000 is overpriced or whatever. Remember, it is in New Zealand dollars as well, so convert it into your own currency before you jump behind your keyboard and start commenting. Other than that, guys, that is pretty much going to wrap up the RM125 build. So I've done really all the videos I need, and we were supposed to have someone actually coming by it today, but unfortunately a few things didn't line up, and they're still interested in it, but they're just not going to make it this weekend. So we'll see if they can come next weekend or something or other. But yeah, I've also in the process of making time-lapse videos start to finish of this build, so stay on the lookout for that. Hopefully we can just blow the video up a wee bit and yeah, get up to like 500,000 views with my RM250 build as well. So yeah, cheers for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.